let's get right into it. Let's do our, I guess, weekly, wrap up or our opinions on the mysterious death of Eazy E. Episode 3 was just released,
right?
And I'm still with the general consensus that it's a little hokey. It's a little too reality show-ish.
Right.
Yeah. So, but I guess this last episode, did you get a chance to take a look at it?
I checked it. I couldn't take much more of it. I tried to watch the whole thing, and I watched about 25, 30 minutes of it. It was kind of the same thing, rehashed over and over again. I watched the Mike Klein interview, and there was no real resolution. Mike would be the person to talk to because he was, oddly enough, he was able to go see Eazy when he was in the hospital, and that's by his own admission. So he would be the guy to talk to, but he got some, there's legal issues going on, so you can't really talk. So nothing got really resolved from what I can see.
Yeah, and they just kept doing that, like you said last time. They said, "Oh, we have Mike Klein. He'll know everything." And then at the end, it was like the whole Geraldo's vault again. You're like, nothing.
Right. Yeah. Like Evel Knievel jumping over the damn Snake Canyon or whatever. Hey, he ran over about 20 feet and grabbed a parachute. I gotta go.
Yeah. There were a few things they talked about during this that I would love to know if you even know about. I know you and Eazy E didn't share everything together, but he was definitely there with you a few weeks up into his passing. He said, where is it at? Oh, damn it. So we learned about Michael Klein. I wrote all this shit down too. Hold on, Lonzo, my bad.
Okay. Hold on, man. Man, go ahead.
Yeah. Let me find. Yeah, I'll find that, and then we'll get back into the Eazy E stuff. If you guys have any comments, please do post them below. Any questions, and I will try to get to them all today. Let's jump into something else, and we'll get back to Eazy E while I find that stuff because I put it in a separate note. But 21 Savage, popular rapper, says that he makes more in sales than he does from touring because he owns his own masters. Now, I know we've talked about this before. We spoke on it before, but, please explain to these kids how owning your own masters is so important, especially around the time, last year when COVID was around and touring was, not happening.
I had to step off for a second, but, owning the masters is what's going to it's going to change your life as you get older. Owning the publishing, owning the masters. I mean, that's a big part of my income. Right now, I'm not retired, but I don't have no real job. I still do what I like doing. I do this podcast, I DJ, but I get money every month from Sound Exchange. BMI pays me quarterly. I do licensing deals. All these things because I control my masters and my publishing are able to take care of me in my older age. And I'm waiting on that one big deal. I'm waiting on me a couple of them. One of them not Master P, but
Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah, one of the Mix-a-Lot deals. One of the Mix-a-Lot deals change your whole life forever. Okay, one Mix-a-Lot deal will change your life forever. And Mix's had a few of them. He had a few commercials. So you land a commercial or something like that, and you don't want to look up, man, and be broke or not have any money and see your songs being played on a commercial or in a baseball game or a football game or a movie, and you ain't getting no money. You're not getting no money. Dude, you're gonna feel stupid. And yes, the publisher, it takes a while before that really kicks in. The only person I've ever seen just get commercials and product placement on a movie, on a commercial right away is like Bruno Mars and Kendrick Lamar. I mean, when Kendrick Lamar, one of his records came out, came out on a Tuesday and Thursday, it was in a commercial. Bruno Mars does the same thing all the time. So as time progresses, your records become more valuable because that time frame becomes more relevant as people start looking back. Right now, people start looking at the 80s and 90s. Okay, so when they really want to start making love, they want to be lovers before they friends, or get some GYCE, or one of them gut doctors and doctors that do the surgery, calling Dr. Dre the surgery, or calling doctors whoever the surgery. I don't care, but come see me.
Now, you know what? One artist kind of get screwed, let alone a group. Talk to the people out there who may be in a group or may want to form a group, and explain to them how much harder it is when you're splitting, let's say, 13 cents an album 4 ways.
Let me tell you something about groups, okay? Groups start off real good in the beginning, okay? Because there's not a lot of money, okay? And what happens is, in most cases, groups tend to give people security, okay? They tend to give people security. Because when you're starting off, you might not be that secure in your skills, and you feel you need your partner over there, your girl over there to support you. And you may, but at some point in time, the confidence is going to kick in, and you're going to start feeling more and more comfortable. And then at some point in time, you may even start feeling superior to your partner and realize or start to feel that they're not as valuable as you once thought they were. And now you're splitting money with people that you shouldn't have to. And now it's a problem. And usually the people who are the front person, the lead singer, lead rapper, at some point in time, they usually break off. And it's only a matter of time before y'all fall out behind money. Trust me, it's happened thousands of times before. Okay? And it's okay, but always be prepared to handle your business while you have no money. So when you get some money, everybody know where they stand already.
Yeah, I always tell people, because I know people who are artists, and they ask me for my advice, and my advice is, if you are part of a group, go in knowing that the odds of you guys being together in 10 years, 5 years is very slim.
Right. I mean, think about it. I mean, look at the biggest groups you guys have seen so far. N.W.A. broke up. What's that group? All the groups are still around. Well, even they broke up at some point in time. Out of Atlanta, my boys. Outkast. Okay. Outkast. They end up doing their own separate project, and they end up doing a project together. Now they're not doing much of anything. Okay. No disrespect to nobody, but I'm just saying this is what happens, because people, when you start getting money, when you broke, you have one common denominator: being broke. Being broke is a common denominator of poor people. Okay. Yeah. Once you start getting money, you start exploring the possibilities. Possibilities of traveling, living in a different city, driving a different car, and it depends on how that money is acquired. Is where the problem comes in at. I've seen several unsungs where everybody was living in the same house, driving the same car, but one cat's doing the writing, one cat's doing the music, they split the publishing, but you got all these musicians who feel they're part of the group, which they are, that they've been playing together since high school, but because this guy and this guy, or this guy and this girl wrote the song, did the publishing, all of a sudden the publishing checks come in, and these guys can afford to buy cars, move out to group house, and everybody else is still there waiting on the gig to come around. And when all is said and done, as time progresses, the phone will stop ringing, but those checks will still come in. The phone is going to stop ringing at some point in time. Very few artists have the luxury of the phone forever ringing. What I mean by that is gig always, appearances always, you always in demand. Not a lot of people have that kind of luxury. So you're going to have a lull in your career, and depending on how your business is handled, do you have merchandise? Do you have publishing for your songs? Are you doing licensing deals? What else do you have? What other revenue stream do you have that will offset your income while you are, when you hit that lull? Do you have any other skills? I mean, take me for instance. I did we haven't did a record crew gig in a while. We got together Saturday to do something in Compton in the Park for the community. But I do more DJ gigs than I do record crew gigs. I'm going to Atlanta. I'm sorry. Oklahoma this weekend to DJ an event.
Oh, that's dope.
Okay, I'm going to get an award. Me and Curtis Blow are getting awards, Lifetime Achievement Award from the Oklahoma Soul Music Festival, and I'm DJing Saturday night. Okay, when I come back, I'm gonna have more money. I'm gonna have more money when I come back than I did when I left. Okay,
that's what it's all about, Mr. One Hit Wonder. That's why I'm like, when people make that comment, I'm like, man, if you don't shut your goofy ass up.
You know what? I got one hit that you know about. See, and that's another thing. See, when we first started playing, man, we weren't playing for the radio. We were playing for clubs, for Surgery, Juice, Cabbage Patch. They got radio play, but they were big in the clubs. Lovers and Turn Off the Lights got radio play. Lovers was big. Lovers was our biggest song prior to Turn Off the Lights, but it came out in '84. Okay. We didn't blow up until '86. We were already good, but we didn't have a big hit. So I'm not a one-hit wonder. I've had moderate hits, maybe not as big as Turn Off the Lights. Never a one-hit wonder. Okay, and that's the part that people just don't understand. And what did Jesus say? Forgive them for they do not know.
They not know.
They do not know. Okay, I can't fix it.
If they listen to this podcast, they would know how deep your roots get, man. Like I said, we've been doing this. Oh, by the way, I'm not sure if you know this, but this is yesterday. I got a memory saying that 3 years ago, you and I officially met, my friend.
Wow. When you
August 30, when I came to do that interview for the other channel that I was working with at the time.
Wow.
Before I even got my own channel popping, and then I'm really glad to say, man, that we formed a bond, and I'm definitely looking forward to keeping this train going, man.
But you know what? I saw you post today, man. 8 million views on your podcast, man. Come on,
man. When I woke up to that, I was so happy, man, because I would have never thought 2 years ago when I started my channel, because I left a really big channel that was already established, and then I was like, man, I got to start my own thing up, and I would have never thought that 2 years later, man, I'd be here, 2.5 years later, whatever, that I'd be
8 million views, man.
Yeah, man. That's
man. Nothing to sneeze at, Doc.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah.
We just approaching our first million.
Hey, shit, we're gonna get farther than that. All it takes is time, and I already know, and I see the vision, and that's why I'm fucking with you, and I'm in this 100%, and we're gonna take this somewhere. This is gonna go somewhere. Speaking of that, Homegrown Media Group, talk about that.
Homegrown Media Network, folks. Homegrown Media Network is a channel that I have on the Roku platform. Okay, it's up and running. I've been getting phone calls. I've been posting some of these shows, some of my other podcasts. I had a public access show in Compton for years. I got over 500 shows of that. I put the best of Issues in the Hood on there, the best of N.W.A. stories with Lonzo, and I just added one of my documentaries I did. I did a low budget documentary back in 2008. Just me and my buddy just sat down, and I just told some wrecking crew stories. And marketing was a lot different back then. And I didn't really have the money to market it, but I just wanted to get the story told. And if you go to my Roku channel, you can see this this documentary I did. In this, it talks a lot about, it fills in a lot of gaps, and it talks about a lot of stuff that I've done already, but it does it in like an hour and a half, so you can get a more concise idea. And again, it's still only a tip of the iceberg. Okay, and that's the part cats don't understand. If I can sit here and talk for 2 days, I can talk to y'all for a week straight, and you still won't have an idea what how deep I go into this game. In fact, I do a thing for my partner, Professor Tim Conley, over at the film. He's at the film school, Santa Monica and USC, and Cal State Northridge. And I speak at these colleges on a regular basis. This guy has heard me speak a good 20, 25 times. And he says, man, you never tell the same stories twice. I don't have to repeat myself, okay? I may tell one or two of them some of my favorites, but sometimes I'll just blow them. Well, you never told me that. Hey, man, you don't know the acts, okay? Mm-hmm. That's one thing about you. When I first talked to you, you asked me some questions that allowed me to open up. Because sometimes when that camera comes on, that red light comes on, it's like that, like being mission with a men in black. It'll erase your brain, okay?
Yeah.
It'll erase your brain, and then all of a sudden somebody give you something, give you a lob, and there you go, here it comes. So
yeah.
that's why I like doing these shows with you, because you allow me to flow and you ask me good questions and give me them lobs that I can take you to the hole.
Likewise, my man. Let's keep it going, dude. And thank everybody out there for the support. And please do support Lonzo on Roku as well.